Hey there, it's been a while. Today I just wanted to give you a little recap, and I'm sorry in advance because I haven't been able to take you out on one of my runs or bike rides. And first of all, it's because my phone is heavy, I don't want to deal with it. I leave it at home half the time. The other half is when I'm in my bike mode, when I'm running, man, I don't want to be messing around with my phone trying to do a video. I don't have no selfie stick that actually can keep up with like a run without like self-destructing and falling apart. But I figured I'd at least bring back some information for you, bring back some advice, bring back some ideas, and one of which is do your best. I know that's kind of pathetic, but what I'm trying to say with that is that do your best, do 100% in everything that you do, right? So right now at work, I'm giving my 100% right now. I am real happy with what I've been able to accomplish recently, and I think it's partially due to the discipline that I'm getting in my life right now. I am actually working at my capacity now. Today I just got out at 3:45. I spent 15 minutes over because I was on the phone with a patient, making sure I had all the information perfect. And, I just recently took on a new chore at work, and it's a lot of work to keep up with, and it's a lot of learning. And as I've had to learn from someone that was not trained properly, I'm kind of having to figure it out on my own and deal with the repercussions. And constantly trying to learn on my own, not get taught, but only reprimanded for, not doing it right, and then not be taught how to do it right, and just having to figure it out with trial and error. It's kind of pathetic, but that's the world we live in, right? But that's what I'm working with right now. Let me just make sure this video's on, man. You never know. But what I've learned from these runs is, by the way, it is so painful. The one thing that you can do to ensure that you have discipline is set alarms. And what I do every day is that I've got an alarm to wake up, an alarm to very much be awake, and also just to leave the house at a right time. On top of that, I've got an alarm to go to lunch, alarm to come back from lunch, and then an alarm when I get home after a certain amount of time when it gets a little bit cooler to go out on a run or a bike ride or even a swim. And today I'm technically scheduled for a swim, but I don't know how I feel about that yet. Now the problem that I'm running into right now is breakfast is no biggie. I've got a protein shake, a banana, a couple of rice cakes, and some chicken jerky. And that's to hold me over till 11:30 and after, hypothetically. On top of that, I've been trying to bring my own lunch, but man, in lieu of the delicious hospital food that I have access to for $4.83 or 86 cents now, they always have great food and stuff that I would never be able to cook at home every single day. So I'm getting new food every day. And I think that part of a diet, while I'm probably eating 1,000-calorie meal at the hospital, because they cook good food there, I'm factoring that into my meal plan and basically saying, okay, that's an 1,000-calorie meal right there. I have about maybe 300 calories for breakfast in the morning. And then for dinner, I'm having a, 350 to 400 or maybe even 500 calorie meal with some veggies thrown in there. So we're looking at a net 2,000 for the day. On top of that, we do our runs, so we bring that down to 1,000 overall. 2,000 minus 1,000 equals 1,000, which means that I am in a 1,000 calorie deficit every day, hypothetically, maybe. And then over the course of time, I should be dropping 2 pounds a week on average if I stay on my schedule. And this is good because I'm not that hungry. I'm handling everything well. I have a huge lunch to hold me throughout the day. When I get home, I'm, faster for a couple hours. And then I kind of fast in the morning for a little bit, fast overnight. It's just these breaks in food, which is good. My problem that I'm running into is that after my run, I should be eating, but when I get back home, it's usually 8:30 or 9. And eating at 9 o'clock at night is not optimal. I understand that you need time to digest, to get your heart rate down. You need to not be eating before going to sleep, which means I need to go out on my runs earlier and earlier. But it's really hot out right now, and I don't want to have to run out in this heat. So I figured if I go earlier, I can do so, but on my bike. However, if you do bike rides multiple times over and over the course of the same days, man, that butt starts to hurt. So what I've been trying to do is do my runs, because based on my 2 last exercises, my 20-mile bike ride took me 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I burned about 940, 980 calories. And with my 1 hour, 44 minute run, which was 7 miles, I burned 940 to 980 calories, which means that running is more efficient for burning calories. We already knew that. However, I do think that my calories that I burn while biking is more constant. All right? When running, you have to constantly fight to keep pushing forward. And it's really hard to do. And I don't think it's as reasonable to do for long periods of time. But it is more therapeutic, I believe. I was feeling it the other day. But I think over a couple hurdles along the way, this sore leg syndrome that I've got going on will dissipate over the next week or 2 weeks. And I will cease to have to keep fighting it. Keep fighting to do a run every day. So that's what I'm trying to get to. That's the goal. And the goal is that today is September 30th. And by November... Wait, it's September, October, November. So that means I have a month and 9 days, I believe, which is 39 days from now. I hope to be in peak physical condition in order to go to EDC Orlando this year. The best festival ever. Love my EDM. It's decently cheap. I've got a buddy that lives close there. It's a quick drive away. I only have to ask off a few days off of work. I am in a perfect place. EDC Las Vegas, EDC Miami, or whatever. That is expensive. That is a week-long trip kind of thing. That is taking off days of work. That's taking a very long drive or a very long plane ride into account. So yes, I'm very happy with EDC. I need to get all my stuff prepped for that at the very least. And, we got a couple things going on, but that's my main goal, because last year I burned probably 2,000 calories in one day, and times 3 days, I think I dropped 5 or 10 pounds within those 3 days, which was awesome. Basically, I was super sore after. And on top of that, I am trying to get abs for EDC. That's the goal that I'm trying to get to here. Whether that's going to happen or not, I do not know. But I do know that I'm trying to manage my time properly, and that means that I need to cram as much possibility into my time as possible. However, when I do get home, I do not want to go on a run. I don't know if I could do it in the morning. I mean, we definitely need to get a run time in effect before we count on a specific time. Like, my last run was 1 hour 40 minutes, but before that it was 2 hours 12 minutes. So if I have a variable time on my runs, I can't exactly do it before work. because then I have a variable time and I could be late to work because I'm a little bit slow or sore one day. So after work is optimal. Now, what I would like about cardio over doing muscle stuff is because it is very foreseeable. I am losing fat, definitely, and in a caloric deficit right now, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to break my skinny fat. I've been skinny fat like for my whole life, and I'm trying to get past that and become skinny. And then from there, I want to stay lean and slowly ramp up my calories as I build muscle. But doing both at the same time, or trying to body recomposition, I've tried that over the course of time, and it just doesn't work for me. So I'm trying to break the cycle and change my body type. I'm trying to rewire what I can do. And part of that has to do with cardio. Part of weight training has to do with overcoming your mental hurdles. So what I'm trying to do is overcome the brain fog and the lightheadedness and everything from weight training, which I got into at some point, and be stronger as an individual with discipline. And then maybe that will translate over to weight training, and I've got a bunch of dumbbells at home to do so. What I like about cardio is that it clears your brain, and that's the main reason I want to be healthy, is because I want to run away all my problems. I want to run away all those questions and get all those thoughts out of my head and all those like anxious moments and everything like that. I want it burned out of me every day, cleansed in a way. And you can't do that with weight training as much as you can with cardio, because cardio is really just, it really changes your brain, you know? And that's what I like to do. Now, at some point, I definitely need to get back into weights. And for the days I have time and I've got nothing better to do, I definitely do a couple push-ups, and I push them out. And I see where my push-ups are at, my sit-ups and everything like that. I think that running is good for your core. I think that biking is strong for your legs. I've been actually able to do some squats now, some good body weight squats with good posture. Now that I've been running, it's actually improved my squats. Actually, on my runs, I actually do a couple squats because it's a great way to relieve the leg pain. On top of that, I believe with my bike rides, my upper body is stronger because I'm leaning over the handlebars more. My lats are kind of getting hit, which is kind of cool. Or my lats and my, pecs, I guess. My upper body, my arms, I know they're sore, I can feel it. I know it's not the same as weight training, but I do think that it is valuable. I'm trying to become an athlete here, be more athletic. And then from there, we'll bring our muscle back into play. Now, the other thing I'm trying to factor in right now is my work. Do I pursue a higher quality career at Orlando Health and I put everything into one hat? Or do I split it into working at the hospital and trying to improve slowly and get raises and promotions, and also do real estate? And I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm really unsure of where I need to go. And as of late, with the cardio I've been doing, it's no excuse not to pursue other options. But right now, I'm just clocking in every day and doing my thing, making sure I'm on top of everything. And honestly, that's the best we can do. Don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, man, I just want to watch some TV shows. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch a little bit of TV, and then I'm going to set an alarm for 6. That way I get back by 7:40. That sounds about right. And then by 7:45, maybe 8, I'll shower, and then at 8:30, I'll be able to eat. and then by 9 I'll have a whole hour before I go to sleep. I think that's the best way to do this, even though it's painful torture. But I'm gonna do it anyways. We're gonna get this run time up, man. I'm gonna be able to do a 20K soon. That'd be lit. My times are going up. I'm real happy about it. I'm trying to be more open with people. I'm trying to be more understanding, be more empathetic, being able to see people better, and honestly just chilling out all around with my jokes, you know. I'm trying to be more stoic, I guess you could say. It is difficult, you know, because I have days where I just don't want to talk to anybody. Honestly, that's every day. And then some days I talk too much and I end up pissing somebody off. So, but if I don't talk, then I don't make any progress. It's a risk and reward in terms of relationships and friendships, and that's just kind of inevitable. You know, you're not going to be perfect for everybody, so that kind of sucks, but whatever, you know? But we get through it. We push forward. That's all we really can do, right? And again, I'm going to tell you that if you are curious about anything, if you are interested in learning about a topic, or you want me to discuss a topic, or you're curious about what my thoughts are on something that isn't something gooner, all right, please leave it in the comments. I'm happy to talk about anything with you. And like I've stated before, man, this is my diary to the world. If I die tomorrow, this is my legacy as of today. This, my resume, and the friendships around me, no matter how weak and pathetic they are. Honestly, I don't have a best man right now. If I got married tomorrow, I would have no one to go to my wedding. And that scares me, you know? And I'm trying to improve on that. And part of that means I need extracurriculars. I need to get better at running so that maybe I could join a run club. I would consider doing karate at some point, but that requires money, and it requires an actual time commitment. So it's all these factors, you know, kind of coming together. And I would enjoy karate. I think that'd be kind of fun. I think a physical activity for meeting people is important. I could rejoin the gym, but I don't really mess with that, you know? I just don't want to do that again. I don't want to be tied down to the gym. It's a great way to see the same people over and over, man. That's how you meet people. I get it, but it was a routine that disgusted me, you know? At least if I go outside and go out on a run, I'm going to see the same path every day, but different people. I can take different paths every day. I can switch it up. I can change routes. I can, you know, instead of running, I could go biking, or I could just do a crap ton of push-ups. You know, it's all this variability, where at the gym, it's, do I do this machine or that machine today? Do I do free weights or machines? Do I do cardio first, then muscle after, or muscle first, then cardio after? Do I do the Stairmaster or the treadmill at an incline? Do I do the treadmill at a high speed with no incline? Do I go for as long as possible, whatever? Do I go in the sauna after? And while there is a lot of pieces to that, I would prefer not have to pay $30 a month to get that result, to get that information, you know? I don't know, man. That's just me. So, I'm just trying to figure my life out, you know? And that is the question, what is the meaning of life? And honestly, I feel like at least everyone in their 18 to 25-year-old range, we have no clue what we're doing. I mean, ideally, what is the main purpose? Survival, you know, the pursuit of pleasure and and intolerance to pain, or to remove yourself from as much pain as possible. Then from there, you've got religious belief, a higher power that no matter what happens in your life, something else is over you. Then from there, I would say family. From those that come before you and those that come after you, a spouse, and kids, a legacy, I think that comes into play. And then you've got money, you've got historical value of yourself, education, your resume, the quality of your life, where you live, what car you drive. Pause. I said your house, your car, your legacy again, your health, your fitness, your health overall, your health insurance, and just the life that you live. What hobbies do you have, I think that's the meaning of life. That's our picture. But the problem is, if you haven't found religion, if you haven't found belief, if you haven't had family, you've had a terrible family, you don't see a family in your future, or at least in your close future, you don't have enough money yet to support a family, or yourself even, and you don't have your own house, you don't have enough money for high quality hobbies that you want to do, really fun stuff, you just kind of clocking in every day, waking up, doing your routine. Maybe that's the journey, but it sucks in the 18 to 25 range. I mean, it really sucks. I feel like all of us are lost out here. We don't have enough to do. We have so much to do, but not enough time. We have so much to do, but not enough money. We have so much to do in our future, and it can be overwhelming, I'm just trying to figure out what's my next endeavor. What is my next goal? And it's hard to set those goals. Be more spiritual, meditate a little bit, get a little bit extra time on my run. What is there to do? Pursue my career harder, try to advance more, try to make more money. Do I try this real estate thing? Pay $2,000 for a license when there's probably 100,000 real estate agents in the Central Florida area, where I've got to compete with real estate as my second job? Because I do think that that's where the money is. That's what I want to do in my second job, but I don't know if I have time enough to do it. And if I have time enough to do it, do I sacrifice my running and my extracurricular time? Do I stop eating at home and I just grab a sandwich everywhere I go? I feel like I just don't have enough time in this world, and not enough purpose to put me through that situation, to get me through it, No passion. No reason to be here. But we keep clocking in. We keep pushing on for tomorrow. We keep working on it, And when I find the sauce, when I find the secret, I'll be sure to let you know. But if you think you found something, please share it in the comments. If you have a question, if you have an answer, tell me. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Peace.